Well. Is this actually fun or just a toilet full of crap? Let's find out together.
Welcome to Zank's Indie Life.
Hello everyone, Zankio here and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna be discussing about the endgame of Night Swarm. During this conversation, you're gonna be seeing some gameplay in the background of an example of a full run. So you start your run, you go all the way to the boss, and after the boss, you go to you have the option to go back to the castle and then upgrade your gear and check your resources, get manage your XP or skill tree, or you can continue to the endless mode. So specifically today, I want to discuss about the endless mode, which is basically the end game. The end game, you're gonna be farming to get more resources so you can upgrade your gear, or you can, for example, upgrade your relics and everything. It can go as high as above 6, and then you can get a lot of bonuses, damage bonuses or life and things like that. But let's focus on the end game because I think the end game is crucial. So if you don't know, I have played this game for over 30 hours. I would say almost 40 hours at this point, and I straight up saying I love the game. I love the game up until the end game. And you can say, oh well, you played the entire game, now you're cheating on the game. That's not the case. I do like the game. So, but let's talk about the endless mode. So let's say you beat the game. So the first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna play the campaign. It's not like a campaign, but you have to go through all the way to defeat the final boss. And during this time, you're gonna be getting gear. You're gonna be getting resources. You're gonna be improving your castle and get perks, and then you're gonna be able to farm resources to unlock more companions. No, this is all nice and fun. Once you beat the game, you have actually the option to start before the other modes. For example, you have the normal, the nightmare, and I think it's the hell mode. And then you can go there and do that. And then as high as you go in difficulty, you're gonna get more resources, more, and then later on, if you go above nightmare, you're gonna be able to farm legendary gear, which legendary gears are crucial if you want to go to the highest difficulty, which is fine. Now, what I'm doing is I'm farming in a normal mode because I feel like you can collect easily to collect more resources. You can easily upgrade your gear, things like that, and so forth. Another thing that I do like about this game is the fusion system. If you don't know, as you play, you're gonna be unlocking new abilities, new effects, and their abilities, when combined, what the game says is they're fusible, and then you can fuse up into 4 abilities in your status bar. But you have to be mindful. Select which you go to the town, go to the back of the castle. Select the abilities you want to do, you want to fuse, and then go to your run. So basically, you can kind of select what type of build you want to play. So as you can see in the screen, I'm trying to, maximize a storm build. It's a storm dot build that I put it together. Is an also with the ice element, which is a freezing element, which is really fun to play, and I really love this build. It can get me through the end game and stuff like that. Okay, let's say you go at the end of your run, you don't want to go back to town, you want to do your endless run. Okay, when you start the endless run is you're gonna be going through. There's a counter, and then you're gonna go all the way to the end, and then a mini boss will spawn. The mini boss is the same bosses you encountered during your run, and that's the problem. The only as when you kill the mini boss, you get a relic or you get gear, which is great. But then there's the next wave, and then a mini boss will spawn again, and you kill the mini boss. You get a crappy gear because and then the second wave is the hardest wave, but it's not give you any more rewards. You just stuck there. You just getting there. Other thing is there's no what we say there's no effects in terms of the map. So meaning there's no things that will come to try to harm you, or it's like a wave of those shards trying to kill you, things like that. So there's no effects at all, trying to make your run harder. So it can get boring really easily. The totems also, some perks they don't make any sense, because that means when you start a new run you get more life, but you're not starting any other new run. You're just there for the endless run, and there's no boss. And I think that's the biggest sin of this game, where the endless mode, they don't have any bosses spawning for you to kind of test your build. So I think I know they put a roadmap on Steam saying what they're gonna bring to the table this year, and I'm really looking forward to this. So there's two ways you can see this. If you only play the campaign, you're gonna have fun. You're gonna love the game. If you're expecting any end game, there's none at this point. So my suggestion is add main bosses in the endless mode. Basically what I'm saying is you don't have to have that endless mode in the end of the run. You can put the endless mode optional, so then you can once you finish the campaign, you have access to the endless mode, and then you can farm a bunch of resources and defeat face the bosses again. I think that would be so much fun. And all the bosses, one you do like for example, you kill a couple of elites, mini bosses, and then the boss will spawn, and then you have to kill the boss. Not necessarily change the map, but you just stay in the same map and just keep doing that. And also, would it be nice to have some chests for you to get it, gear, things like that. And overall, a better drop in terms of gear. I think we can do better. Right now I have so many resources that I already I have maximized the skill tree also. So it's just I have a bunch of things that are still there. The roadmap of this game also says they're going to implement they're going to implement new characters, new effects, and I'm looking forward to this. So, but right now, if you want to know my honest opinion about this game, for the main campaign, I'll give you yes, this is a good game. But specifically for the end game, which is this video is about, I'll give it is a soft shit. It's a soft toilet dump. It's not full diarrhea per se. You still can have some fun here, but for now, it is a soft dump, toilet dump. So if you want to wait until the developers fix it, add more stuff, it's up to you. If you don't mind to play the game, the campaign, and have some fun, I absolutely recommend it. So that's for me for today. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and I see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.
One more step to my goal. Power. Getting stronger. One more step to my goal. Resurrection. Die Ready for more?
Young vampire is back.
Rough day.
Hi, you right?
You need more training.
How are you, young blood?